What's up, guys and girls, and welcome back to another episode. So I've gathered you here today to a small hill that I know about because I've recently received a comment about your front brake not being your primary brake when going down a steep wet hill, and it's just not true. Your front brake is absolutely your primary brake, and in this video I'm going to prove why, so stick around. Anyway, so firstly, let's just go down the hill. How I go down the hill. And that is, now I'm not saying you do not use your back brake. I say you use your back brake, but your front brake is what's stopping you. So let's go down this how I would go down this. So I'm on the back brake a little bit, I'm not locking up, and I'm on the front brake a little bit. My front brake is compressing the bike into that tyre, which in turn, so there you go. I was just showing you how slippery it actually is, that's all. As you can see, that was an extremely controlled descent. It was very easy to maintain, a little bit of pressure on the rear brake and a bit more pressure on the front brake. Now, I'm not jamming that front brake closed. I'm squeezing the pressure so that the bike goes forward onto that front tyre a bit more. That way it loads up the front tyre, and then you squeeze a bit more pressure. The slower you do it, or not the slower, the more steady you do it, that you squeeze into that front brake, the more grip you're going to get on that front tyre. There will be a point that it'll slip and grab. You don't want to get to that point, but trust me, the front brake is the brake. Okay, so I'm going to put myself back up this hill and I'm going to show you what it looks like if I only use the rear brake. I'm going to show you how silly that is to only use your rear brake. It's quite slippery here. Okay. So we're turning around, no front brake, which is a bit dodgy, but let's do this. So I'm trying to modulate as best I can. I'm locking up now. Yeah, I can't do anything about this. Okay, so I was locked up that entire time just to try and keep the bike going steady and slow. So that is a terrible technique if you're trying to get the bike stopped on a mountain. And that doesn't matter if the mountain is wet, dry, steep, shallow. The front brake is still your primary. If you're going down that mountain forward, the front brake is your primary. So I'm going to do this with zero rear brake. This is all front brake. So here you go. All front brake right now. See this? Look, I even stopped. Well, I almost stopped. I didn't want to lose my balance because I had my foot up on the chair in a weird way. But just showing you that, see how much more control I had to be able to stop? I just had so much more control. Now, obviously, the rear brake is still useful, guys. It's absolutely useful. I'm not saying that it's not useful. I'm saying that if you want to stop, the front brake is necessary. If you want to just slide down the end of the mountain, just use your rear brake. It's not going to slow you down as much as the front. Because the weight is forward, it's pressing on that front tyre, which is giving you more grip. The more grip you have, the better the stopping power. So, let's do this, which is what I just did with the front brake. Okay, let's start really slow to give ourselves the best chance. I'm already locking up because I'm going too quick. I'm trying, yeah, locked up completely. So you just can't control your speed with that rear brake. Now, I'm not saying to grab yourself an entire handful of front brake. You need to gradually squeeze that pressure. Preferably, you're not going that fast to begin with. You're easing yourself into it, and so that rear brake is that front brake is progressive. You're progressively squeezing harder and harder until you get to the desired speed. You don't just want to grab a whole handful of it. So let's do front and rear brake so you can control it. Now look how much more controlled I am. Both brakes, the front is absolutely the one that's stopping me, see? But the rear is helping me control it better. If I was just using the front, then it's a difficult way to control it because the rear's not stopping, it's trying to push past you. But when you're using both brakes at the same time, the front is where the stopping power is, the rear is where the control comes from. And I really want you guys to know that because it's an important thing. Like, it's really important to know. And this fella who commented, I mean, he made a bit of a snide remark at me saying, have you ever ridden off-road? I am perfectly happy with you guys to disagree with my opinions, absolutely. But to try and mock someone or try to belittle someone over something that you are incorrect about, it's just silly. Like, there's no need for that. You don't need to mock someone. You can have a conversation for sure. Have a conversation with me. Tell me I'm wrong. Don't try and mock me, because especially when you're the one that's wrong, right? It's just silly. Anyway, today that's the video I wanted to do. I wanted to show you is how to go down a hill in control of your motorbike, not out of control. A lot of people seem to think that the rear brake is the one doing the stopping for you, and they're like, don't touch the front brake when going downhill. It's totally incorrect, guys. Your front brake is the brake with the stopping power. Do you need to use it differently? Yes, absolutely. You need to gradually squeeze. You can't just go, like that. You gradually squeeze, build the weight forward, squeeze a bit more, build the weight, squeeze. Obviously, you stop if you start to overdo it, you release. But yeah, to say you can't use your front brake going downhill is just idiotic. Your front brake is your primary brake. Always, unless you're going down the hill backwards for some apparent reason, your front brake is always your primary brake. If you disagree with me, write down in the comments why. Don't try and insult me. Give me an actual reason why you disagree with me. Anyway, guys, if you enjoyed this video, give us a big thumbs up. Subscribe down below if you haven't already. And as always, I'll see you in the next one. Peace.